Okay, this is Aaron again with Exalted Lamb 1, and I have a quick video for you. Some things I wanted to put out, especially what happened yesterday. So a couple things first. I wanted to talk about, show you some gematria and some crazy things with Ruth Bader Ginsburg's death, or I should say her murder, her ritual sacrifice, is what these things are. Okay, in fact, this was a screenshot from, in fact, another channel, I think it was CBS, did a thing about what Fox News. They said they accidentally reported last year that she died, and I remember seeing that or hearing about that basically, and then I've been looking for that, the actual event of her death or her ritual sacrifice, basically. And so what's crazy about this is all predictive programming. So at that time when this was aired on Fox, and they said it was a mistake and they apologized, this was predictive programming because of a number of things. For example, at that moment, or at that time, she was 86. So I'm going to show you how her gematria matches that. And then she actually died or was killed on September 18th, which is code, and I'm going to get into that, September 18th. And at that point, she's 87. So she has code 86 and 87, and even coded to this actual day of 9/18/2020. And I'm going to show that to you here. So Ruth Bader Ginsburg, in full reduction, is 86. Again, when Fox showed that, she was 86 at the time, and she would have been if she actually died. So that's why they're showing that. It's the predictive programming of that, and that's no coincidence. Then you have 194. So 1 times 94 is 94. I've shown that with the 3-digit numbers many times, where they do a lot of 1 times the other 2 digits. So 94 is actually the day she died, because if you look at September 18th, and it's kind of funny, it was in my last video as well, I talked about September 18th. So September 18th, 2020, is you take away the 9 of September, because anything you add 9 to, it stays the same. So you can get rid of that 9 of September, and then you have 18, which is 1 plus 8 is 9, and then you take out the zeros from 2020, and you got 922. And then 922 is 9, 2 plus 2 is 4, or 94, and that's right here. So that's actually the day she was, ritualistically killed. Okay, and then also there's Ruth Bader Ginsburg actually dying at 87, technically, I guess, here, even though, again, it was a ritual killing. So there's her number 87. And that's all massive coincidence? No, I don't think so. I'm proving that this is impossible. It can't possibly be. And then we even have Ginsburg as being 48, which is 84 backwards, and it's pointing to all these things, these ritual deaths, like I've shown many times in the series you should watch called Obama Connected to Famous Murderers, Part 1 and Part 2. Watch that in my previous videos. But victims and also murderers, definitely all the murderers and most of the victims are attached with 84 or 48 backwards. So because that is the 8th month, the 4th day. That's August 4th, Stinky B.O., the 44th Prez's birthday. Okay, which is the 216th day of the year normally. I'm going to talk about 216 quite a bit here coming up. And then, of course, Ginsburg is 9/11 backwards, so we're predictably programming 9/11 in her last name, like crazy. Like even remember George George Floyd exactly is 119 as well, and that was predicting 9/11 as well. So, and then Ginsburg is 93. Again, that's another one of Obama's numbers. He's 40. He's 84, Mr. 57, and 93, and those add up to 12. And he's 12 because 1 plus 2 is 3, and he's 3. And I've shown how Abaddon or Abaddon in the Jewish Strong's Hebrew Strong's Concordance, number 3 in the Strong's Concordance in Hebrew is Abaddon or Abaddon, however you say that. Okay, and then Ginsburg also is 2 things. Let me just show you with this. So we have right here, we have 7. I'm going to use this to point that out. So we have 7 plus 1 is 8 for 84. But then backwards that's what's unique about these 3-digit numbers. Sometimes there are multiple things. So in this case, 8 plus 1 is 8, and then we have 4. And then we have backwards, so 4 plus 1 is 5, and then 7, 57. So we have Obama's both numbers of 84 and 57 in this number right here. Okay, plus another thing about this one as well is it's 14 is 7 plus 7, so we have 777. And so they do a lot of things with 3 and 4-digit numbers beyond that what a lot of people know. That's why I showed this. Okay, so now going into these these the shooting that happened yesterday, the 19th, being the first day. And I've said for months and months and months, the first day is 7/1 or 9/1. 7/1 being September, being a code for the 7th month, the first day, or 9/1 being the 9th month, the first day. Of course, 7/1 would be on how the elite look at the calendar. We're still September is Latin for 7, or September that we know of is the 9th month. So 7 and 9 are basically the same thing in a sense. So 7/1 or 9/1 are the same thing, but they're still code. So it looks like I said, it's very possible this could just be another set of a bunch of events that line up with my timeline before the full timeline actually happens at some point down the road, or this is the beginning of it. So I'm showing you it's matching up with the first day. So this was a death of the 2 deaths that happened, or killings. Whether it's real or not, I don't know, but this is all staged. Whether these people are really killed or not, I don't know. It's hard to say because these are all staged events. They're FFs, okay, and that's false, and then you're waving an American F, anyway, FFs. So this Jaquela Young is 7/1 backwards. Okay, this is just all over. I'm going to show you this. Okay, 7/1. And then we have Jaquela Young is 9/1 or 1/9 backwards. Okay, so that's showing 9/1. So again, 7/1 is 9/1. You can see several of these proving that this is marking out the first day of 7/1, 9/1, but also 3/1, 5/1, 7/1, and 9/1 all represent the first day. And that's just the way they've done it. I've shared that and proved that many ways in my videos. So here, let's keep going. And then shooting is 9/1 backwards. Shooting is also 7/1 backwards. So it's 9/1 backwards in reverse ordinal, and in regular ordinal, simple English gematria, it's 7/1. I mean, this is going to keep coming. I'm going to keep showing you many of these, and this proves that this is pointing to the first day. Like I've said, this proves everything I've ever said about this. Shooting is also 44, as in the 44th Pres, Barack and St. Obama. We have 48, what a surprise. Just like Ginsburg, we had 48. So 84 backwards because it involves deaths. So anything like that, killings, deaths caused by other people, by murderers, then 84 is involved. That's why he's a murderer from the beginning, because he's going to be the AC, okay, the Antichrist. Okay, and again, the same Jaquela Young is 46. Jewish reduction, again, 46 is 23 chromosomes from each parent. 23 plus 23 is 46. That's symbolic 46, but also 46 is the gematria for born and birth in different gematrias. So that's substantial why 46 is important, because it's talking about the birth of the Antichrist. And then Rochester just happens to be 93 right here. Let me go over here, actually. Where did I put that thing? There it is. Just to show you as a pointer. This is weird. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. 93, remember I just said earlier, he is 90. I've said for a long time he is 93. Like the law of Thelema is 93. Flight 93 at 9/11 was 93 because they're going from 9 to 3. And then he's Mr. 57. There's all these things. If you look past one of my past videos, I have tons of things about how he's Mr. 57. I have over 70 now, how he's Mr. 57. And then, of course, his birthday is 8/4 or 48 backwards. So these three right here, 48, 84, 57, and 93, they add up to 12. And he's 12 all over the place in many situations, like event 201 is 12 backwards. So it's about the event of his birth. And 1 plus 2 or 2 plus 1 is 3, Abaddon or Abaddon. And many things where he's going from 9 to 3 because he wants to go to 3. Anyway, and then 132 is the 132nd day of the year. Only on a leap year is 5/11. And then right here we have 7. 9 plus 2 is 11. 7/11. And of course Rochester, surprisingly, is 666. Not even. This is all planned because it's his birth. Also, which also makes this 666, is we have 7/11. So 7 times 11 is 77, of course, or 7/11. We also have 7 plus 9 is 16. Backwards is 2, and then we have a 16. 216, the 216th day of the year, Barack Obama's birthday, 8/4. Okay, that's not a coincidence. So these are all not coincidences. Here we go. And then the next death, the other death, was someone named, if this is even a real person, who knows, Jarvis Alexander, which is 1. 6 plus 3 is 9, so that's 9/1 backwards. Okay, that's crazy. And then also in Alexander, we have 84. This is insane. So there's so much to this. Plus, we have in Jarvis, we have 7 plus 9 is 16. 16 is, just like in my last video, just like the movie 16 Blocks, 16 is upside down and backwards 9-1. Crazy how this stuff works. Then a Jarvis Alexander also is 172. So we have 1, 7 plus 2 is 9, or 9-1 backwards. And then Jarvis is also 9-4. Remember I said 922 is when Ginsburg was the code for that day? 9-4 is predictive programming of 922 that's coming up. I'm saying 922 and 923 be big days. So I've been warning you about that right now. Let's just keep going. Okay, Jarvis Alexander is also, check, this is big right here. Jarvis Alexander, again, we're pointing to Stinky BO. Now, this is crazy because Jarvis is 474 in English Gematria. 474 in English Gematria is, believe it or not, I don't have a slide here. 474 in English Gematria is, what is it? It's actually Barak, Barakaqo, and a Bamah, just like it sounds in the Hebrew, but translated to English. Barack Obama, but spelt like it sounds instead of the Brack and then Obama. It's spelled just like it sounds in Hebrew. And Akhenaten are both 474, and so is Jarvis. So this is still pointing to Barack Hussein Obama. And then there's the 5-4 code. 5474 is 94. And then I showed you the 94 earlier. And then to even prove this out even more, 978 is what? Barack Hussein Obama. I call him Barack Hussein Obama. Anyway. And of course, Barack, remember, Barack is 216. That's big. And then Hussein is 57. I mean, it just keeps going and going. I'm not getting everything. And then Obama is basically 12. You take away the 9. You just slash out the 9. Remember, I said 12. So this proves that Obama is 12 because he's 12. So again, 8 plus 4, 5 plus 7, 9 plus 3 are all 12. And that shows his last name is 12. Okay, it's just confirmation after confirmation. A little more detail this showing you. I have these a little bit out of order because I'm using the slides on my phone instead of trying to put these all on a PowerPoint that takes a lot longer, hours to put all these things together. So I'm doing this quickly so I can get this out. Not normally what I do, but I want to get out quickly. So again, Jaquela Young and Jarvis Alexander. Just wait till you see what I have them both together as. Engaged in a gun. There's 3 or 4 people engaged in a gunfight at a house party. Pennsylvania Avenue, and another street, which you'll see in a second. This is all Gematria. This is really crazy. And first and last letter code, and I'll show you that soon. And they were said to be 2 19-year-old Rochester Central School District graduates that were shot and killed. 2 19-year-olds. 1919. I'm going to show you the significance of that. 19 and 19 is also 11. And it's pointing to the 11 day, which is 9/11, 7/11, 8/11, 5/11. All these different ones were all the same day, which is the 11th day of this. Okay, then this is the first account of this mass shooting, which is 13 people wounded and then 2 reported dead. Okay, and that's again on September 19th of my first day, the 13-day period. That's why they're showing 13, because it's a 13-day period. And then 2 dead, okay? And the 2 dead have to do with, like I shared many times, it's about a twin birth. And they're all about twins. For example, George Floyd's killing was in the Twin Cities, okay? And then George Floyd had a twin they were interviewing him. And he was talking about his brother's death, George Floyd. I mean, are you kidding me? They do twin stuff all the time. So 2 dead means 2 born, because death is a resurrection from the dead. So that's what life or new, how to say this? It's a new birth or resurrection from the dead. Is birth and rebirth, but from death. It's crazy. This is what's all the messaging. Okay, so, and then according, that's actually spelled wrong, according to reports, the shooting began at around 12:30. Now, just check this out. 12:30 is 1 plus 2 is 3, 3, so it's 33. Again, 33 is 3 times 11, or 311, which is Stinky BO. He's 311. If you look at my last video, I talk all about that. And then again, it's Pennsylvania Avenue, and it was North Goodman Street. This is all Gematria here. Let's keep going. And several articles called it a horrific act of violence. Horrific act of violence is 216. Surprisingly enough, not that's connected to Stinky BO because 216th day of the year. 111. I mean, sorry, 11 7, 11 7, 11 7 is crazy. Look at all this, and then we even have 8-1 back or 8-1, which is 81st day of the year was 322 Skull and Bones, March 22nd, or backwards is 1-8, which is 6 plus 6 plus 6. 18 is 6 plus 6 plus 6. 126. We have 126 twice. We have 126 here, 126 here because you can eliminate the 9. 126 was the day. January 26th was the day Kobe Bryant was killed. Also, 126 is 12-6. 12 is 6 plus 6, and then you have another 6. So 126 is hidden 666. And then, of course, again, we have 216 over here, and then we have 216 over here. If we take away the zeros, you have 216 right here, which, again, 216 is not only the 216th day of the year, it's also 6 times 6 times 6. And then we have here, this is 211, and then we have 211 backwards, because I just know how this works. 211 was the 211th day of the year, only on leap year. Again, these numbers that have to do with the days of the year that are hidden amongst these numbers, they're only on a leap year because they point to the actual birth of the Antichrist. So it's only on leap year, and this year is it. I'm telling you. So you'll see soon enough. So we have 211 and 211. And so 211 is the 211th day of the year was July 29th. So July 29th or 729 is the day we're looking at. It's coming up, which 7 to them is September 29th is September 29th. September 29th is the day I'm saying is the 11th day. If this is the first day, 919, what I'm talking about, the 929 would be 711 or 729. Crazy. So hopefully that makes sense. Or here also, this one right here is 7 plus 8 is 15, 115, or 511. They have 711, 511, 911. It's all over the place. It's everywhere. Okay, let's keep going. Again, that's where they said horrific act of violence. Some of this is a little out of order, but makes. And then the mayor is somebody named Lovely Warren, and Lovely Warren is 7-1 backwards. Also, Lovely Warren, what a surprise, is 5 plus 4 is 9, 9-1 backwards. Again, I said that we're going to show it many times. And Lovely is even 7-1, marking out the first day. Again, elites make their calendar more important even than our calendar. So today, or yesterday, I mean the 19th, being 7-1 or September 1. 19 being 1 plus 9 is 10. Take away the 0, so it's hidden 7-1. September 1. Okay, it's 7-1. That's lovely. And then 38 backwards, 83 or 38 is twin birth. 38 weeks for a twin birth. Gestation period. Anyway, it's all over the place. And then Pennsylvania was one of the streets. The streets were Pennsylvania, and then the other one was North Goodman. So Pennsylvania is 172. Pennsylvania is really interesting because Pennsylvania is not only, a lot of people know what's the famous Pennsylvania street or Pennsylvania Avenue. That's where the president is, the White House is. So that relates to Trump in a way, okay? And I'm going to show you that very soon here. But also, so we have, see the 7 in the middle. We have, if you go from the middle, this is a middle code. So we have 7-1 going to the left, and then to the right we have 7-2, and 2 is really 1 and 1. So we have 7-1 and 7-11. Also, 172 is backwards 271. What's 271? What's 271? Well, 271 is the 58th prime. And how's that? Well, what does that matter? Because I was just talking about the White House, Pennsylvania Avenue. Trump is the president. Trump is 88, but Trump is also 58. He's Mr. 58. I've shared many times how, over 50 times, how he's Mr. 58. And there's many things. For example, Trump Tower has 58 floors. His presidency was the 58th inauguration. All kinds of stuff. So it just happens to be that 271, which is 172 here backwards, is the 58th prime. I don't think so. See, this is how intricate this stuff is. It's really ridiculous. But I'm figuring it all out. So again, we have Pennsylvania is also 5 plus 2 is 7-1. Okay, right there. So we had 9-1, we had 7-1 in several ways. And then it was said to have occurred in Market View Heights neighborhood, and it's 323 in English Ordinal. Now, what's 323? In reverse English Ordinal, 323 is Barack Hussein Obama, because he's reversed. He's backwards. That's very common. And then again, we're looking at Barack Hussein Obama's numbers here. We have 13 with a 13-day birthing period. We have 9/4 or 9/22 that's coming up. Then we have 1/26, the death of Kobe Bryant, or 12/6, which is 6 or 6+6+6. I mean, it's just all over the place. And then it was the other street was North Goodman Street. And so we have 2 plus 3 is 5, 7, 5, 7. We have 84, and then we have 93, and then we have 84 again. And then we have 219. I'll show you what 219 is really soon here. And then the 255th day of the year, only on leap year, which is a few days ago, was 9/11. 255th day of the year, only on a leap year. Normally it's the 254th day on a normal year. But that's what they do. They do this all. I'm just going to show you many ways that they do this with these codes. And it's only the numbers that happen on a leap year because this is the year. Okay, this is crazy. So what's 219? 219 is also Barack Hussein Obama. Okay, are you kidding me? This just keeps going. Okay, hopefully you see this. Okay, and then other places have called it a tragedy, or some version of a tragedy of epic proportions. So we first have 3/1, and again 3/1 is the first day. 3/1 is 5/1 is 7/1 is 9/1. It's the first day. We have 3/11. 6 plus 5 is 11. 3/11. 3/11 scrambled. 3/11 scrambled. 3/11 scrambled, and then we have 2 plus 9 is 11, and 11 3 backwards. It's really crazy. The other thing we have in what I shared in the last video that I did is 2 plus 9 is 11 and 3, but you can also knock out the 9 and you have 2, 3. His Stinky B.O.'s jersey in high school was 23, so he's 23 in his presidential portrait. Upside down and backwards, his legs say 32, as I showed in my last video. If you haven't watched my last video, iPad Goat 2, September Part 2 and Part 1, watch those. Part 2 is going to be about this time period. Part 1, I thought it was going to be September 1st to September 13th, possibly. Again, this is my grand guess, and I'm just bringing you stuff to support these numbers. These numbers are completely accurate. They're showing to be accurate day by day by day. It's really crazy, and I'm showing it right now. Now, we'll see if this is, again, if this is a 13-day, another shadow of the final 13-day, whenever that's going to be, or if this is or if yesterday was the beginning of it. If it was, then 9/22/23 are going to be the next attack days. Okay, and I thought it would be more symbolic on the first day. I also thought a possibility of a flood like in China or something like that, but it's also possible that the flood will be on 9/4 or 9/11 in China, because the iPad Goat stuff that I've uncovered is all about attacks on the United States, because it's about the second 9/11. First 9/11 was, of course, here, nowhere else really, but the United States. So the iPad Go 2 is the second, because it's 2, it's the second 9/11. So it has to do mainly with the United States. But I think we have a good shot that Jerusalem is going to get attacked at the same time New York is attacked, because they're sister cities. And there's a lot going on with that. There's the apple being split, like the apple of God's eye, and things like that. I wasn't sure about that for a long time, but now I think that makes more sense, even though there wasn't a lot of evidence to that. It's more evidence that had everything to do with the United States. But I'm seeing a little bit more evidence, especially after this peace treaty and everything. So, a tragedy of epic proportions. I already showed you that right there. Okay. And currently are banned. So I'm going to go to this real quick so where you can see this. Such gatherings currently are banned between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. As you can see. Oops. Woo. Okay. I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm going to do this way. Oh, not that either. Just hit on that. Okay. It's a little different than I'm used to here. Again, 11 p.m. to 5 p.m. 5/11, which is 7/11, which is 9/11, which will be, if it's right, 9/29. The actual tsunami days. There it is. Boom. But currently are banned, and then they have a thing where you just click in it and it goes to the banning, or the actual another website where it shows how these times, and there's a ban at those gatherings. But they actually select, they can't just select banned. Currently are banned, and that's Gematria. So currently our band is 116 or 9/11 upside down and backwards. Currently our band is also 7/1, again supporting more and more. This is the 7th month, the first day. Okay, so I thought they could be just using the number 1 for the first day, or they could be hiding it in 19, and that's why all these 19s. That's why it was 19 years ago that it was 9/11. So they love 19 because 19 in itself is beginning and end, because 1 is the first letter, first number. Wow. 1 is the first number out of 1 through 9, and then 9 is the last number. So 19 symbolically means beginning and end, as well as other things. It also means judgment, things like that. and other things. But okay, let's keep going here. And then the victims were from East High. This is crazy. East High is 7-7, which is 77 is 7 times 11, or 711. That's 14 backwards, which is 7 plus 7. And then we have 1 plus 3 is 4, and that's 9. 49 is 7 times 7. So again, we have the 7-7 code because ultimately Stinky BO is 7-7. I showed that in my last video and prove it in his actual date of birth, and you'll see it if you watch that. 58 is the attack on New York that's coming on the 8th day, if I'm right, and that's also the 58 Trumple code. And then 48 is 84 backwards, and then 57 backwards. Again, those are all Stinky BO's numbers. Okay, let's keep going. And then they went from 2 dead, 13 wounded to 2 dead, 14 wounded. Okay, and this is very common in shootings. The tally will go up. So they start with one number because it's Gematria and it's a code, and then they'll change to, oh, more people are added, and that's another code, and then that's another number code, and then that's another number code. But so far it looks like this is the final. So again, they went from 13 because it's 13 days of birth, and 2 dead because 2 dead means 2 alive or 2 born. And then right here you have 2 dead, 14 wounded, because 14, of course, like I shared before, 14 is 7 plus 7. So you got the 77 code, which has to do with Stinky BO. And then of course the 2 dead is the 2 born, the twin birth or whatever. Dead is born. That's how sick they are. Death to them is birth. It's really crazy. Plus, the other thing is 2 plus 14 is 16. Again, like in my last video, to begin my last video, 16, as in the movie 16 Blocks, 16 is upside down and backwards, 9-1. Again, we have 9-1 again. And then what's also going on with September 19th? In a sense, 19th is backwards, 9-1. That's another thing about that. So 19th is backwards, 9-1. So anyway, and then this is crazy because 2 dead, 14 wounded is 7-1. If you put it all together, 2 dead, 14 wounded is 7-1. Again, pointing to the first day. And then let me go over here for a second. Then this is a quote here in an article. This is truly a tragedy of epic proportions. Again, another epic proportions, but adding truly a tragedy of epic proportions. Interim Police Chief Mark Simmons said during a press conference early Saturday morning, 16 victims is unheard of. Again, anything in quotes usually is Gematria. So that's my cue. 16 victims is unheard of is 122. 122 is the, again, 122 is also the code for in the Super Bowl. San Francisco is 122 in Simple Gematria, and Kansas City was 122 in Simple Gematria. So is Shakira, did the halftime show, is 122 in Simple Gematria, because they were pointing to the first day of birth, which 122nd day of the year, only on a leap year, was 5-1. May 1st. 5-1 is the same code as 7-1, is the same code as 9-1. Okay. Then we have 149, which is Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones literally is 149 or 322, but in Gematria it's 149. Or just throw away the 9, you have 14 again, that's 7-7. Then we have 3-1, 6 plus 4 is 1. Again, this is 5-1, this is 3-1, 6 plus 4 is 1, 3-1, because 3-1 is 5-1, is 7-1, is 9-1. And then we have 58 again, or we have 1 times 48, and then that's 48, and then 8, it's 84 backwards. And then we have 1 plus 57, which is 58, or we have 1 times 57 is 57. If that makes sense. This is crazy. This just is this way this rolls. It just really is. And then we have this is 9-3. So if you basically take the 9 out, okay, because you take 9 out of anything, because anything you add to 9 stays the same. And then 1 plus 8 is 9-3. So this is 93. So you have 93, 84, and 57 again. Those are his numbers again. Okay, and go over here again. And then in Gematria, this way is, again, 17 victims is unheard of. 16, I mean. And again, 16 is upside down and backwards, 9-1. And 16 victim is unheard of is in Simple Gematria, is 311. I show you in the last video, if you haven't watched it, watch it. In part 2 of iPad Goat 2 September. It showed you that Barack Obama's birthday, August 4th, 1961, is hidden 311. It's crazy. Okay, so let's go past this. And then again, right here, truly a tragedy of epic proportions is crazy. It's 9-1 several ways. 7 plus 2 is 9-1. 6 plus 3 is 9-1 backwards. Again, these backwards. And we have 44 because we take away the 0. And then we have 116 scrambled twice. 116 is 911 upside down and backwards. And then we have, again, Sticky BO is all 23, which is backwards, or 32, which is in his legs and his presidential portrait upside down and backwards. Okay, boom, let's keep going. And then it refers to interim, let's go to interim police chief Mark Simmons is 9/11, if you can believe it. I mean, seriously. They're not signaling 9/11. And then take the interim off. They do this a lot. They do multiple versions of the same thing, but just knock off a word or add a word, and it's the same thing. So, and this proves that what I'm saying is true. So interim police chief Mark Simmons is 9/11. Police chief Mark Simmons is upside down and backwards 9/11. 116 is upside down and backwards 9/11. You see that? Isn't that crazy? Okay, and then Mark Simmons is the one code. Oop, I'll go back to that. See, I'm not used to doing this way. Okay, Mark Simmons is 46, which is birth, and then we have 46 again. This is crazy because 136 again. 3-digit numbers can mean multiple things, and they do. So we have 46. This is establishing this could be 46 as well. 1 plus 3 is 4, and then 46. Or it's 1, 3 plus 6 is 9, 9-1. So it's both. And 9-1 is a birth, and so is 46. It's really crazy how they do this. Hopefully you see that. 7-1 establishes this as 5 plus 2 is 7, and that's 7-1 backwards, and that's 7-1 forward. And then we have 46 again, which establishes that as well. And then we have this, which establishes 9-1, which is 4 plus 5 is 9, and 1 backwards, 9-1 backwards. Also, 1 plus 4 is 5, so we have 55. What's 55? 55 is 5 times 11, or 511 is 55. 511 is 711 is 911. Boom. Okay, it just keeps going. And then I decided to put these together because that's what they do, and I've shown that when there's multiple victims, sometimes their names, or especially 2 victims or 3 victims, you can put their names, add them all up together, and there's a message. And especially with these fake news articles, because it's probably a fake names, fake people. Who the heck knows how this works? Exactly. But look, Jarvis Alexander and Jaquela Young is 333. The thing about 333 is crazy. There's so much to 333, I'm going to get in everything. But 333 plus 333 is 666. And 3 times 33 is 99. 99 is 9 times 11, or 911. And then we have 11-7, which is 711 backwards. Again, there's that 126, which is 12-6. 12 is 6 plus 6. So we have 666 here. And then this one backwards is 2, and then 16. 216 is 6 times 6 times 6, or Barack Obama's birthday, which is 8-4, August 4th. And then again, this is 911 backwards. And then this one's crazy. So if you just knock out the 9, which again, you add anything to 9, stays the same. You can just knock out the 9, and you have 623 backwards. Well, what's important about 623 in Jewish Gematria backwards? 623 in Jewish Gematria is, do I have it here? 623 in Jewish Gematria. Oh, I knocked it out somehow. Oops. Well, 623, and I showed that in my last video, 623 in Jewish Gematria is Barack Insane Obama. Or I just say insane instead of Hussein. And it probably helps get less strikes against me, or less. Oh, anyway, so 623 exactly in Jewish Gematria, 623 is Barack Hussein Obama. Okay. And then, let me show you this first. So this is crazy. I'm just going to point this out to you. I've been talking a lot about first letter code. I'm going to show you a couple examples of that. First letter code is J-A-J-Y. So J is the 10th letter. You can take away the zeros. That's 1. A is the first letter, 1. Again, J is 1 again. So you got 1, 1, 1. And then Y is the 25th letter of the alphabet. 2 plus 5 is 7. So we have 1, 1, 1, 7. First letter code. J-A-J-Y. 1117. Why is that important? I'm going to show you. Well, look at 117 down here. But it's 1117. Then last letter code is S, which is 19, which is 1, really. R is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. And you can throw that away. And then you have 1. Again, anything you add 9 to it will say the same. So you can just throw the 9 away. So then you have 1 again in this A. And then G is also, just like Y, G is 7. Because Y is the 25th letter, 2 plus 5 is 7, but G is the 7th letter. So this is crazy how this works. So this is 1. You can throw away this 9, so that's not just like it's not even here. 117, which is right here, or 1117. Again, this is pointing to the birth of the Antichrist. 117. It's in the last letter code. 117. Throw away the 9 right in here on the R. And then what's 1117? 1117 is this. Bama. 1117 in the Strong's Concordance. And Bama is a high place, or basically heaven in a sense. But Bama is Barak U Bama. Okay, pointing to him. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And then check this out. From September 9th, 2017, which is when Jupiter exited Virgo between the legs, and then 14 days later, or 7 plus 7 days, or 77 days, or 7 days. But September 9th, 2017 is when Jupiter crossed through and out of Virgo, birthing between the legs of Virgo, to September 29th, I'm saying is one of his births, is 1117 days. And I just showed you that right there. That Bama, and that's his name, that's his last name, Obama, because in Hebrew, Jesus said it in Luke 10:18, which is crazy because that's also 118. 10:18 is also 118, and that's when Jesus said that in 10:18. And then this is actually 11, or 118, and 10:18 is 118. That's crazy. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, let me do this real quick. I don't know what's. Come on. Okay, I don't know why I did that. Anyway, so if that makes sense, that is so bizarre. Okay, this is so much to all this. So when I said one of his births is going to be 9/11, which again is hidden by September 29th, being September being 7, also being 9, and then 2 plus 9 is 11. So that's 1117. Wow. Okay, and then also that day of the birth of the Jupiter coming out of Virgo, again, it's shown also in iPet Goat, with Lily being the virgin, and then the apple falling from her to the ground, and that's the same kind of thing. So, but I'm going to show you this example from September 9th to September 29th is also 3 years and 3 weeks, which is 33. Again, 33 is 3 times 11, or 311, and that's Stinky Bill's number, 311, in his birth. And then we also have, just like I said, this is another example of craziness. So if you can imagine, like I said, the apples or the Jupiter's coming out of Virgo, between the legs, exactly across the plane of the line that's between the legs. It's coming out of from the body in a sense, and that was on September 9, 2017, or 9/9/2017, and then up to September 19th. If this is the day, then if you can imagine, you have Lily being the virgin and the apple dropping from her, just like the apple dropped from Virgo just right out of Virgo. Is 3 years and 11 days, which is 311. Again, that's his number again. It just keeps going, people. And then again, same thing. We have September 9th to September 19th. 3 years, 11 days. And then we also have 1107, which is 711 as far as just days. That's uncanny. That is uncanny right there. There's so many things I'm showing that are phenomenal. I want to show you this real quick. I was looking at some stuff and I just found this in the Matrix. Okay, right there on his passport. Right down here, if you can see that, it says September 11th and September 1st. Like I said, first day, 11th day. September 1st, September 11th. And then right here, the Matrix was in 1999, and 1 times 999 is 999. 999 is upside down and backwards, 666. So that's 666 to be born on September 1st and September 11th, just like I've been saying, and it's right here. Here's another confirmation from The Simpsons. We have this, let me do this. We have this. This was before the notorious 9/11 that we all know, the Twin Towers, and that's showing 9/11, and then in New York and the attack, basically, right? But then it's on season 9, episode 1. So we have 9/1 and 9/11, just like I've been saying. Plus, look at the year, 1997. 19, like I said, is really 1. Take away the 9, and then 9 plus 7 is 16, so that's 116. 116 is upside down, 911. Also, if you just knock out the 9s right here, if you do it that way, you have 17. Backwards is 71. So are you following this? So right here is 91 and 911. Okay? Then we have, if you take out the 9s, because you can compress, just take out the 9s. You have 7-1, which is the first day, 9-1 is the first day, and then we have, if you do it a different way, where you make it 9 plus 7 is 16, plus this 1 over here, it's 116 is 9/11 upside down backwards. That's the 11th day. So we have first day, 11th day, first day, 11th day in that. It's crazy. Hopefully you see that. It's insane. Okay, I know another thing I want to share with you. Remember Donald Trump in one of his rallies in 2016 said that he remembers being there on 7/11. People, all the media thought, oh, well, a lot of media were complicit in that because they know exactly what he's saying because they're part of it. But they were saying it was a gaffe and, he messed up and everything. But no, he's really pointing to 7/11. He was giving you a code that not only is September, we think September is 9, but to him it's 7. So he said 7/11. Plus, I think it's maybe that this year, this is the Torah calendar. This is crazy, okay? This year, you look under that right here. Look under this. It says September 29th. September 29th ends up being on the Hebrew calendar 7/11. 7/11. That's crazy. Okay? And then, like I said, September is 7. Then 29 is 2 plus 9 is 11. So September is 7/11. So we have 7/11 on the Gregorian hidden. Then you have 7/11 on the Jewish calendar from the Torah calendar, which is more accurate because all the blood moons and all the things God's done as celestial signs and everything, even the Revelation 12 sign, even the Great American Eclipse, all those things have landed more accurately on the Torah calendar and on the feast days of the Torah calendar than any other calendar by far. Even this normal Jewish calendar that's not even correct in Israel. So boom. And then from March, let me show you some other dates. From March 11th, 2011, which is March 11th, remember March 11th is 3/11, and that was Fukushima accident, so-called accident, right? It was all planned. It was done by HARP, I believe. So March 11th is 3/11. Again, that's forecasting the birth. If you go from March 11th, 2011 to September 29th, I'm saying is actually because there was a tsunami that happened after that earthquake, right? There's a tsunami, and that tsunami is pointing to the tsunami that's coming on September 11th. So September, or the 11th day. If September 29th is that day, it's 9 years and 23 days from the Fukushima tsunami, earthquake and tsunami, to the September 11th tsunamis and earthquakes. Because the tsunamis will be started and they will cause earthquakes, massive, huge earthquakes. And that's 923, or let me do it this way. 9 plus 2 is 11/3. 11/3. Okay. And then, of course, also in the years the code, because remember, I told you 211 is the 211th day of the year, only on a leap year. 211th day of the year is what? 7 September 29th. Septem being in Latin 7/29. Look at that. Do you see that? Isn't that insane? 211, the 211th day of the year, only on a leap year, is September 29. It was this last July 29th. But the leap noise is September because September is 7. Sept. Anyway. Oh, wow. I hope you get this. This is phenomenal. And then this was the Boxing Day tsunami. Boxing Day is called Boxing Day, if you didn't know, because of, it's the day after Christmas. And I think it was back in England, back in the day, in the Industrial Revolution and stuff, people that own factories and stuff, they would give their employees a box and they would have, stuffed food and gifts sometimes in these boxes. They call it Boxing Day. It was kind of like their way of, Christmas and stuff. It's really crazy, but it's called Boxing Day because it was on December 26th, the day after Christmas. So December 26th, 2004 was a massive tsunami that was the biggest that we know, the recorded history, I guess, and it killed 230. If you remember that small, it wasn't very tall, but it was probably about, at the most, 20 feet high or maybe 12 feet high or something like that. I don't remember what it was, but it went through all Indonesia and everything, and it supposedly killed, and it's crazy, their numbers, they said it killed, the official narrative is that it killed 230,000 people. Get rid of the zeros, and that's 23, which is Stinky B.O.'s number, his jersey number in high school. I mean, because he's 23. He's Mr. 23, as well as other numbers. But from that day, that tsunami, to this tsunami day I'm saying is possible, is 5,757 days. 57, because he's Mr. 57. This is twice. Plus, when you see double numbers like that, 5 plus 7 is 12. So you have 12, and he's Mr. 12, like I told you. He's 12. So you have 12, And then what's 12, 12? 1 plus 2 is 3. 1 plus 2 is 3. So you have 33. And again, 33 is 3 times 11, or 311. And we had this as 311 right here on this tsunami day, remember? This 311. Ooh. And there's another 311 because September 29th is really hiding September 11th. And 9/11 is 7/11 is 5/11 is 3/11. And that's what this 5757 is hiding. Well, crazy. I'm proving it here. This is insane. And then May 8th, which is 5/8, which is the attack on Trump, or 58, 1998. 1998 is 117. 19 is 10. Take away the 0. 9 plus 8 is 17. 117. Just in that date, you have 2 attack codes. The 8th day attack code and the 11th day attack code. It's crazy. But from that day, which this is the release of the movie Deep Impact, which had an asteroid or a meteor hitting the Atlantic, causing a massive tsunami. If you remember the footage of that, this massive tsunami hitting these buildings in New York, and it's just huge, massive, hundreds of feet high. What's going to happen? I've had visions. I've had a dream and some visions about that as well. That's why I'm doing these things I've been doing these videos for over 2 years, and I've known about this for about 5.5 years. May 8th, 1998 to September 29th is 8,181 days. Again, the double numbers, 5757, 8181. I'm going to show you some more here. But 81, 8 plus 1 and 8 plus 1 is 99. 99 is 9 times 11, or 911. This is what I'm talking about. It's right here. Again, in the code, which should match what these things are. It's crazy. Hopefully you're getting this. This is phenomenal, really. And again, from that same release of Deep Impact. Again, the movie release dates are very important. There's certain things that are very important as far as numerology for these wacko nutballs. Okay, so from the release of this movie to the act, which I'm saying is very possible soon. Again, this is a guess. Possible tsunami days is 22 years, 4 months, and 22 days, which is again 444, and 444 in English Gematria is Lucifer. And things like that. It's just crazy. Plus, you have a mirror date here. You have a mirror time. You have 22, 4, 22, so it could be 44 and 44. Anyway, this is crazy because it's mirrored, because 4 is right in the middle. It's kind of an obvious mirror. And then from September 11th, from last September 11th that we just had a few weeks ago, or whatever it was, I've said it was 19 years, and it's crazy. But what's more crazy is from September 11, 2001 to September 29th this year is 19 years and 19 days. And that in itself is 1919. 19 is 1, really, because you take away the 9. So 1919 is 11, and that's pointing to the 11th day. Man, you can't make this stuff up. I can't. I certainly can't. These demons behind these people are making it up. Okay, and then theoretically, what I've said many times, when the tsunamis happen, massive tsunamis and earthquakes, because they're going to cause this massive displacement of land, which is going to cause these probably 10.0 plus 12.0 earthquakes all over the place. You're talking about all these, the New Madrid over on towards in the east. We're talking about the San Andreas. We're talking about, all these different. We're talking about the Cascadia. All these things going just off the charts because these massive waves of, I don't know how many tons of water that would be, millions and billions of tons of water. I don't know what that would be. That's a massive amount of weight and pressure and force to be, hundreds of feet high. These massive tsunamis are going to cause these massive earthquakes as well. And they're going to destroy a lot of things. Anyway, so if you look at the beginning of the United States to the end of the United States, that would pretty much be the end of the United States, in my opinion. And listen, I'm only laughing because it's crazy. This is all crazy. This is insane. I've cried many times for many years, and I still at times have a massive hard time with it. But sometimes it's amazing to me, and how many people don't know what's going on. And that's why I do my videos. It's just nuts. So from 4th of July, and it's kind of, in a sense, kind of comical, because these people, they have to rely on this kind of stuff. They can't just be real people. They can't just come out and say it, of course, because they'd be shut down and everything. But they have to lie. They have to hide these things and numbers and everything. It's because they're the weak sauce people that they are. And, God's going to destroy them for this. The ones who are part of all this, and the demons that are part of it as well. So July 4th, 1776... which is the beginning of the United States, and I'm saying whatever these tsunami days are going to be the end of the United States. So it's just funny crazy how from this date to this date is 244 year anniversary of the United States, 2 times 44, this is what they do all the time, I've shown it many times. 2 times 44 is 88. That's not a coincidence. And then 88 days. So we have 88, 88. Okay? So remember what I said about the double numbers? So we had 81, 81, we had 57, 57, we had 19, 19, and all of them pointed to this back to the tsunami day of the 11. Remember 1919 was really 11. Remember 81, 81 is really 99, and that's 911, 9 times 11. Remember 80. Remember 57, 57 was 12 and 12, or 3 and 3. 33 is 3 times 11, or 311. Again, back to the 11 day, 311, 511, 711. Here, and this is no different. So we have 2 times 44 is 88. 88 and 88. So 88 is 8 plus 8 is 16. 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 is 1 plus 6 is 7. 1 plus 6 is 7. So we have 77. 77 is 7 times 11, or 711. Boom. Back to this being 711. September 2 plus 9 is 11. This is proving it. I mean, man, if there ever was a time this would probably happen, this is it. Because it's all over the place. But it's still possible that this could be a massive, massive coordination of all these things in numbers, and still be a shadow of what's about to come really soon. It may go to November. It doesn't make sense. It does not compute with me, and it'll make them completely stretch things out beyond belief. But it's still possible. November could be the very last possible thing. But I'm looking at this as being that we'll know on the 22nd and 23rd, probably, definitely by the 25th and 26th, which is the 7th and the 8th day. I'm not completely 100% on the 4th and 5th day, 22nd, 23rd, but I think something should happen if I'm right about this. Again, this is all my grand guess, and I could have parts of it wrong and other parts right. But I'm very confident about the kickoff event, which will be the kickoff event to World War III, which will be the end of Trumbull and the attacks on the carriers, which is the 8th day, or the code for 5/8, which is going to be 9/26, September 26th. And again, we also had the video I put up on my channel about Rouhani, the head of Iran, basically saying, and whose name backwards means in an hour. And it's in the Bible. It says Babylon will be destroyed in 1 hour, and his last name is backwards, in an hour. I mean, are you kidding me? If this is not predictive program, I don't know what is, because they'll be responsible with a nuke. And that's what they're gonna say. I guarantee it. Absolutely guarantee it. The predictive program is there. It's actually in the Bible. The Bible says that it would be in an hour. It also talks about in Jeremiah 51:42, it says that Babylon will be destroyed by tumultuous waves. And so that's all in there. And it's all in massive predictive programming and movies and TV and all that. Okay, let's keep going here. I'm almost done. September 23rd, Revelation 12 sign in 2017 to September 29th is 1,103 days, or 311 backwards. Are you kidding me? I mean, more and more and more connections to 311, 11.3, his birth, our birth. And guess what? 11.3 is Gnosis. How do you say that? Gnasios. That's how you say it. Gnasios is lawfully begotten or born in wedlock. That's huge. That's so huge, because that's going to be our birth. That's really crazy. And then guess what? 1103 in Hebrew, it means to gather figs. So it's birth, a legitimate birth, a genuine birth, which I've been saying. It's all about a birth. And it's right here. This validates everything I've said. The 11th day would be a birth. It would be tsunamis, because that's water breaking. And it would be a birth of the 144,000 into heaven, and the innocent would be leaving from the planet. And this just proves it all out. Man, someday I'm going to be completely redeemed and all this stuff. And things I've said that people are like, yeah, whatever. All these arguments, all these thousands of people calling me names and everything like that. Just crazy. I'm just looking forward to the Lord just showing it to be true, because then all my work is going to be shown to be correct, and all these naysayers can go bite something. Anyway, so, and more importantly, people can be saved out of it. But we'll see how many that is. I don't know. There'll be a lot of people that are going to be destroyed. It's just, man, this really bugged me for a long time. So, and then 1103, Balas, is to gather figs. So think about this. I mean, the figs, and what a lot of people don't realize is the 144, and I'm not going to debate about this one bit. I'm just going to tell you, I'm the messenger. Believe it or not, if you want to argue about it, I'll delete you. 144,000 or 12,000 from each tribe, and they're scattered throughout the world, and they are descendants of Israel, and they are the figs. And I'm saying the 144,000 will be changed and taken, and will be born into heaven but that day will be the 144,000, and the innocent children will be taken, and then about a day and a half later, on the 13th day, the rest of the bride of Christ will be taken up. Right as the nukes come down, many people have had this dream, including some people I know. Nukes went down, or nukes went off, and the bride went up, and because rapture means is really it's not, it comes from raptero whatever, in Latin, but it's really harpazo. Harpazo means to snatch from danger. Even the better translation is the Aramaic Hebrew, which is nechatef. Nechatef means to snatch out of danger, or to kidnap out of danger, or to swipe, or it's like kidnap from no, to kidnap, or to something like that. And I actually talked to a rabbi about that one time. I was able to talk to a rabbi, and I asked him about nechatef because I've been studying it. And he goes, a good example of a nechatef would be if there's a kid, and here comes a bus, and he's in front of a bus, and you have to save him. So you grab him by the hair, and you snatch him from the bus. And I was like, wow. So that's what's going to happen with the bride of Christ. They're going to be snatched by the hair from the nukes or whatever. Just whoosh. And then, of course, unfortunately, the sheep that are those are the faithful bride. The sheep that are not listening, that are in harm's way, are going to be destroyed, unfortunately. That's why the enemy calls it the Day of the Dead Sheep, and why a lot of rock stars and movie people and Hollywood and everything have their tongue sticking out, including Obama. He had one eye closed and his tongue sticking out. That's the dead sheep, because they're looking forward to that day, because they want to kill a lot of Christians that don't know what's going on, and they can't hear from the Lord for him to tell them to get out of there, or to be faithful enough to be taken in the rapture. So that's how that works. And believe it or not, if you don't agree with me, it doesn't matter. I'm the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Jesus is the source. So believe it or not. And then August 4th was Barack Obama's birthday this year, 2020, when that massive explosion happened to Beirut, which, again, marks it for sure. Then to September 19th, today is September 20th, I'm doing this. September 19th was 46 days. Again, that's birth. Hello. So that was his birth to the first birthday. And then August 4th, 2020 I'm saying this hit 9/11, September 29th, is 57 days. Another way he's Mr. 57 of many, many ways. This is so crazy. And then if you look at September 29th being the hidden September 11th, it's the 273rd day. Let me move this out of the way here. The 273rd day of the year. 2 plus 7 is 9. 93. Again, I said he's 93, which is 9-3, and then there's 93 days left over. That's not a coincidence. Lester Crowley is all about the law of Thelema, and that equals 93, because they're going from 9 to 9TO3, or sometimes it's represented by 9 with the number 2 and 3. That's also why 922 and 923 could be pretty ominous, and something could happen coming up here. And it depends on your time zone, I think, of whatever the attack's going to be. If it's going to happen, then that's the actual day of this code. Then this 922 and 923 be some kind of attack, depending on your time zone, which day you'll experience it, or whatever, or when it will start. So then we have iPet Goat date of release. Even though it was released earlier, technically, to a lot of Masons, and I had that confirmed massively by my friend Jeremy. He's the ex-32nd degree Mason. I talked to him here and there. I haven't talked to him for a little while, and I'm a little concerned about him because they've had attempts on his life several times. One was just harrowing. I couldn't believe, and the Lord showed him what it was before it happened, and he would have crashed, and it's a long story. He didn't want to share too much on that, or any of the details of these kinds of things. And even very much, because the more people share, he sent some information recently to Minute to Midnight Tony with a Minute to Midnight, and he was going to send me some information, and then it just didn't happen. So, but he's told me that also September 22nd, when one of his sources was they said it would be some kind of something, and he didn't know what. So that's something just to keep in mind. And I haven't shared too much about that because I'm trying to keep him pretty his anonymity and stuff now after some of these things he's been gone after. But I can mention a couple little things here and there, and so he'd be fine with that. So, but from and my point with that was that iPad Goat 2 was basically he basically told me, he said, and the reason why he contacted me because I shared the interview with the Minute to Midnight with Tony on my channel, and then some lady who was one of my subscribers told him, and then he contacted me, and then I contacted him back and everything. We started talking, and he's just a wonderful guy. He's known Christ. Jesus has appeared to him in dreams and visions and stuff, and he has been a believer for over 5 years now. About the time I've known about all this stuff that's coming. So, and he's just a wonderful person, and he's just trying to help, and he's putting himself in massive harm's way. And he's got the cred, he's got the history, he's got the family, the whole thing. His whole family's been Masons for a long, long, long time going back. Anyway, and he had a chance to go right into be a 33rd degree Mason and basically sell his soul to the devil, and he didn't. He didn't. He just stopped. He stopped. Lord got him out before he completely sold his soul over. And the 33rd degree, I guess, is some phenomenal stuff that really gets you all the way in, I guess. So, and then he still had friends and family that knew stuff what was going on, and they gave him intel and things, and some other acquaintances and stuff that through the Masonic stuff. Anyway, so he told me that some people showed up years before it was released, and he didn't even know what it was, and they showed up with this video, and they called it the plan, and in fact, a lot of people was surprised that Obama was going to be president because it was right before he was going to be president. They were like, no way, or whatever. That's what he originally told me, and I was just like, wow. So this happened, and it's probably like 2000. I think it was like 2008 sometime, maybe in the fall. And then they showed all these Masons. They probably went around to all kinds of places. They had this massive meeting, and then they said he said there was a guy from Canada with this video and stuff, and then he didn't even know these details. And I said, wow, the guy, the creator, Louis Lefebvre, is from Canada, and Heliofont is a Canadian company or whatever. Anyway, he couldn't believe it. So anyway, from the date of the release, technical release of iPad Goat, which was on June 24th, 2012, to the last day of possibly of America is October 1st, the 13th day, and that would be 322. No extra numbers, no extra letters, no extra numbers, no extra numbers. Just take away the 0, and you got 322 Skull and Bones. So that could be what they're looking at too, and that could be why they set it for that launch day. But anyway, June 24th is also 6/6. Anyway, there's a lot going on with all this stuff. It's crazy. And then check this out: from Barack Obama's official birthday, the actual day and year and everything, till the end of the United States, if this is right, October 1st is 59 years and 59 days. And again, what did I say about the double numbers thing here? So 59 and 59. 59 is 5 plus 9 is 14. 5 plus 9 is 14. So 59, 59 is 14, 14. And immediately I was like, wait a minute. This is crazy. This matches something. But by the way, again, this goes back to the 9/11 thing as well. So 14, 14 is 1 plus 4 is 5. 1 plus 4 is 5. So that's 55. 5 times 11 is 511. Also, 1414 is this, the Abraham Accord. First letter code is 1 and 1. The last letter code is M and D. M is 13, 1 plus 3 is 4. D is the fourth letter. So that's 1414, Abraham Accord, which is very similar to 59. 50, it's exactly the same as 5959. From Barack Obama's birthday to his last birthday. Again, in iPad Goat, on the 13th day, it's the water lily that opens up in the center of the split apple, and that's his last birthday, which will be the revealing of him after the nukes go off. In a sense, that lily that's opening up is a nuke going off, because when the Antichrist comes out of the tunnel in the boat, around him in the water, again, those are water lilies because they're on a lily pad, and the flowers are right on top of that pad, and they're on top of the water. It's not technically a lotus because a lotus is not floating on top of the water, even though it kind of represents, it looks similar, so there's extra mythology and extra symbolism and extra meaning to all that. but it's really a water lily, and all those water lilies springing up as he comes by in the boat. Those are all the nukes going off, and then all that death causes his life. It's really sick. I mean, it's so sick. I want to scream sometimes. I just want to scream, and I've cried many times. But this is so disgustingly sick. But this is what it is, and it's just reality, and I'm trying to put it out there to people. So Abrahamic Accord is 1414, or again 55, which is 511. Abrahamic Accord is also 88, and Trump is 88. That's not a coincidence. And again, because we have 55, or 1 plus 4 is 5, 1 plus 4 is 5, we have 511. We also have an Abrahamic Accord 5-2, which is 1 plus 1 is 2. So 511 is 5-2, 5-2. And of course, we got Stinky BO's number in here again. So we got 84, 84, and 2 plus 6 is 84. 84 3 times in Jewish. And why? Why is there 84 3 times in Jewish? Basically, because the Abrahamic Accord is with the Jews. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. Last thing I'm going to show you is a couple more things here. And okay, so remember in that attack, or this shooting yesterday that was on the 19th, it said 2 dead. No matter what, it said 2 dead or 13 wounded or 2 dead, 14 wounded. It said 2 dead. In 2 dead is 16. And remember, 16 is upside down and backwards, 91. And then in 2 dead is already 2 and 14, because they said there was 2 dead, and finally the final numbers is 14 wounded. Also, 14 wounded is, so remember, 2 dead is 16, which is upside down and backwards 9-1, and then 14 wounded is 9-1. That's impossible. I'm sorry. If you can't see that and all the stuff I've shown you, then good luck to you, because you can't see anything. That's why I'm laying this out the way I am, because it's clear as a bell. If you can't see it, you've got other agendas. Your heart's darkened. If you can't see it from my videos, I'm bringing the evidence. It's there. It's impossible for all these things to line up. Impossible. And if you can't see it, you better wake up. You better wake up. And by the way, in 14 wounded is also 5 and 5. So look, 14 is 5, and then wounded is 86. So it's 8 plus 6 is 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. You have 5, 5. This just keeps going. It's so intricate. It's ridiculous. So that's 9-1. The first day. The first day, upside down and backwards. The first day, normal. And then let me show you this. So remember, if you didn't see from my thumbnail, Rochester is 666. I just showed you earlier. New York is 666. And then check this out. I'm going to include in the description box a video of this black kid, which this is so contrived because he's walking around with a camera or his phone or whatever, and there's nobody standing around. There's a lot of police vehicles. There's this tape, and they were saying this. There would be so many people standing around. This was last night when this thing actually happened, and there's nobody standing around. It looks very contrived to me. You look at the video yourself if you want to, but he literally goes up to this crime scene tape, and it's upside down, which I'm not surprised that can happen. I'm sure it sure does happen. But then he goes just to this part and pulls back, and immediately I thought upside down and backwards, but then also that it was Gematria. And immediately I did Gematria, and it was literally what you could see, and that's the most you could see, and then he cut away exactly on the mark here. So this is crazy. This is just a coincidence too. This shows you how this is all staged. So crime scene, do not, and then it says CR, do not cross, or it must be do not cross, CR. Crime scene, do not CR is literally 1 plus 6 is 7, 5 plus 6 is 11, and that's not all. 1 plus 6 plus 5 is 12 and 6. So 12 is 6 plus 6, and then you have 6. Or this is scrambled. 6 and 6, 1 plus 5 is 6. So no matter what, this is 666. So this is 666. Rochester is clearly 666. New York is clearly, I've talked about this for a long time, is 666. Do you still believe this is just a random chance shooting that's completely organic from people, and it's not a fake story and fake numbers for the fake Antichrist, the fake Messiah, I should say? Give me a break. Wake up, people. Please wake up before it's too late. The time's almost up. Whatever it is, time's almost up. And I'm just saying, if you don't got it by now, you're a slow learner. And I brought the evidence. I have brought the evidence in many videos for 2 years. And if you still don't see it, man, God help you. God help you. Whatever you need to see. See, for some reason, the Lord Jesus himself is telling me that these people need to understand this, and this needs to be put constantly in their face, or to new people and stuff. Because if anything I prove, people say, oh, you're always wrong about the dates. You know what? I'm always guessing. And you know what? Even though I'm wrong about some dates and some things, I've been right about a lot of things, about a lot of these mirrored, these shadow dates, the first day, the seventh day, the 11th day. I mean, this happened many times. I've been right about a lot of things, but no one remembers any of that. It's just how convenient that is. That's very convenient to not remember any of that stuff. But anyway, so the point is, you've been warned. You've been served, as I like to say. You've been served with the truth. Now you can dive in any way you want, or you can dive in with the Lord however you want. But you better do something, because this stuff's at your doorstep. I mean, literally, I was talking about this stuff a couple of years ago when COVID wasn't around, when all these massive fires weren't going, when all this chaos. I mean, I could just list all these things with the economy and everything that are never coming back. And even with all this, people still have a hard time believing the truth and opening their eyes to the truth and what's coming, and the massive rituals that they're going to do that are going to intensify every single day. And you can't see that. Please wake up, O thou who sleepeth. Okay, so this is that I'm saying this in this way because the Lord has got it on my heart, in my mind, for you, for your life. So God bless you. God bless you in Jesus' name. And this is Exalted Lamb 1, over and out.